The golden goose is Israel, and I don't know, man. I just don't. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, this is the interview. I haven't watched all of it. Okay,
but they have the
hold on.
worst.
Let me give you something ahead of time. And on October 7th, when the Hamas did whatever they did, I condemn. I don't condemn the attack. I condemn the killing of innocent people, of innocent Israeli women and children, whoever was killed that day. That's not acceptable in any army, in any war. But their targeting of military targets, Godspeed. Godspeed. I don't condemn that part. And fuck it. I don't condemn that. But as you know, historically, what do you do if you want to demonize a person? You, you are a pedophile, pedophile. If you call him that, that's the worst thing you could call a person. He's a rapist. Oh shit. How do you come back from that, even if you're innocent? So what they did is they created this narrative that the Palestinians, while they were fighting and getting with the Palestinian army, I mean, with the Israeli army, is that they raped about 400 women. Some of them say they shot the vagina of 400 women. These motherfuckers are disgusting. They call it a Haspra. So that they wrote about it. They sexualized the October 7th to use it as a weapon, as if these brown men who came into Israel raped these beautiful Jewish women and they are rapists, they are criminals. Like the same tactic that was used against black during Jim Crow. What was it? It was always about gotta save those white women from those savages, and they lynch a couple of black people for no reason. The problem for the Israeli is every story they came up for October 7 was debunked immediately by Israelis themselves. First they said the 40 beheaded babies and the lion zombie. Biden said he saw photos and he had to walk it back. There was no beheaded babies. One baby died. Then they came out with a baby in the oven. There was no baby in an oven. You mean that the Palestinian resisted, went into Israel, took a baby and found an oven and cooked him? What the fuck is the purpose for that? It doesn't make sense. It's just they lie so bad that even if the Israelis come and say the truth once in a while, nobody believes it no more. They're fucking liars, man. They are the biggest liars in the world. Then they had this scenario where the woman was pregnant. They opened her stomach and took the baby out and killed it. I'm going to tell you, everything they say, they have done it historically, and they did it during the Gaza war. The stabbing of pregnant women happened in a massacre called Dar Yassin in the 1948 war. You can look at it. They killed women pregnant to scare them to leave the land. The beheaded babies happened when they bombed those tents and they saw that Palestinian baby was beheaded. God is showing who is evil. God, in his way, is saying these people are evil. So they came up with this narrative that the Palestinian mass raped Israeli women and they committed sexual assault. The New York Times did a big article. I don't know, what is it? Something about silence. Then it turned out the writer was part of the IDF's intelligence services. Then they debunked the story and they had to take it down. A lot of newspapers have. It's a lie. Nobody got raped on October 7th. Okay? Nobody got raped. Now, and in the interview is every opportunity, if you saw Piers Morgan the other day, if you saw my show, they will come and try to tell all these lies, and they're so big that even the pro-Israeli anchor cannot believe it. He has to push back. It's too big. All right, let's see what happened. This is in the interview. I haven't seen it yet. I only took part of it because it's too long. I don't want to stay here all day.
It really happened on October 7th. I don't know if you know Zaka organization, but they have the worst pictures of what Hamas has done to the women.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you. Zaka is this organization that picks up dead bodies. They lied so much. It was unbelievable. They did it to fund. They made $50 million out of this lie. Just listen.
During the October 7th attack.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately,
I
we
can't-
are very familiar with Zaka, but regrettably, the reporting has been roundly discredited by both Israeli and American media sources. So I really would like to bring this back to your sister specifically. And I want to ask you
hold on,
about
hold on.
what you make of new reporting.
What Briahna is trying to say is, what you're saying is fucking lie. Everybody has debunked it. Even the Israeli newspaper has said it was a lie, and you're just repeating a fucking propaganda lie. Let's go back to the important thing, that your sister is a hostage. That's what you're here for. You're not here to fucking say bad Hasbro, okay?
Because I saw the pictures with my own eyes. And
Yeah, your
when
own eyes.
you will have a sister in a terror organization's hands, you will know the feeling of terrifying every minute of every day, can't sleep at night, can't even drink a sip of water because I know that my sister is drinking salt water from the sea, that she's not getting food and the terrorist is eating in front of her face.
Yeah, Yardin, I really hope your sister does get water and food, and I hope that, I'm sure you're aware of the ample reporting of Israel.
You heard what she said, that my sister is a hostage. This is the ultimate. The Jews are the ultimate victims. They are the only victims. They always are the victims. She's saying shit. She's saying that her sister is drinking salt water because there's no water. Now you ask the question, why is that happening? Well, because the government of Israel is refusing. Everybody's drinking salt water. That's not their fault. It is your government that's preventing food and water to go into the Gaza.
Israel blocking aid, food and water to Gaza in a way that is hurting both the people of Gaza and the hostages, right?
Most of the trucks are getting inside Gaza. I don't know if you saw, but Hamas is blocking them from them civilians. They're not giving their own civilians the humanitarian aid that everyone is so eager to give them. And I'm not against that. I'm a nurse in my profession. I really, truly believe that everyone believes in safety, in health. This is one.
This lady's whole shtick was to come to tell a lot of lies. Now, usually if you had a Zionist anchor, they say, oh yeah, that happened. Everything she's saying is a lie. The food is being prevented by Israeli settlers. They actually attacked the trucks, took the food and burned it and threw it away. Israel is using food and water, electricity as a weapon to punish the civilian power. Everybody knows this. And this fucking idiot here is going to come, my sister drinking salt water. Yeah, everybody's thinking it's all because your government is doing it. I was not paying attention. Hold on. I hope I'm not on mute. Okay. Okay, let's listen to this again.
In health, this is one of the biggest crises that we ever experienced here. But I'm really feeling that everyone is taking care of the Gaza.
So her sister is kidnapped. That's one of the biggest crises they ever faced. But 50,000 people, women and children who have been killed, that's not a crisis. You don't get the right to grieve. You're not a victim. You Palestinians are worthless. You've been cockroaches for the last 76 years. We can't get rid of you. Die, Palestinians, die. Fucking evil people, man. Look at this. She came in here. My sister, she can't drink salt water. She can't eat. Yeah, because your government stopped the water from going in. And your government is stopping all the food. It's not Hamas preventing the people from eating. Imagine that they prevented their own people from eating.
Civilians, like they should. But what about the hostages?
Let's talk about how to get the hostages home. I agree.
No, please let me finish. Why aren't the Red Cross is entering the hostages? Why aren't they giving them medications? My sister have a lot of chronic diseases. Why?
They already have medication. A matter of fact, they had a deal a month ago where Qatar took I don't know how many tons of medication that Israel allowed, because Israel is not allowing the medication to go in. Everything she has a grievance against is her government. They're not letting the water in, so her sister's supposedly drinking salt water. I don't know how she can survive. There's not enough food because they're not letting food go in. There's not a lot of medication because they won't let medications go in. It is all the Israeli government. And by the way, it's a lie. They just took I don't know how many tons of medication they did in the deal. Remember when they were switching the hostages? And they got medication in and they got medication for the Israeli hostages. A matter of fact, this morning, when they rescued those 4 hostages and killed 210 Palestinians, they look healthy to me. They were eating good because it is not in their interest to kill them. Their interest is to exchange them for Palestinian prisoners. This is the whole fucking shtick. But when she comes in here looking all battered and all emotional, she's acting. She's a fucking actor.
And getting anything, and we know that they didn't got anything. Why aren't they getting what they deserve?
The Times just reported this morning that Biden said, quote, "There's every reason for people to draw the conclusion that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is prolonging the war for his own political self-preservation."
Thank you.
This is after Biden's speech at the end of last week was met with statements from Israeli government officials saying that there wasn't an agreement about this hostage deal on the part of Israel and that there was a gap between what Biden represented and what they would agree to. And after months of Netanyahu and members of his administration saying that the goal was to eliminate Hamas and that he would not agree to.
Joe Biden, who's a zombie, has said the person who's prolonging the hostages captivity and the violence in Gaza is Netanyahu and the Israeli right-wing government. But the problem with Biden, he'll say something today and he'll forget tomorrow, and his cabinet will not remind him on purpose because they don't want him to do the right policy. A fucking zombie.
A ceasefire and hostage exchange deal into that happened. Now, this seems to be Joe Biden saying again that what is obstructing the ceasefire process that could allow your sister to come home and get the food and get the medicine and get the care that she needs and to live in safety is being obstructed by Benjamin Netanyahu. Do you feel like he's putting his own personal political goals ahead?
You see, every lie that she said, Briahna, Briahna has came back. It's not the Palestinian, it's the Israeli side who's doing this. So every propagandist bullshit she came to say has been answered by someone who's not going to let her get away with it. If she was on CNN with that ugly hoe, Dana Dash, yeah. Oh my gosh, those Palestinians. They're letting her drink salt water while they're drinking salt water too. It's unbelievable. This is what it is.
Of prioritizing hostage release.